Hello class, it's Miss Roberts here, and today we're going to review the introductory speech. So of course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask either via email or if you need to set up a Zoom appointment, just let me know. But let's begin. All right, here I'm off to the side here. So here are some quick tips about the introductory speech. Now, it's the first speech of the semester, so I'm really looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better and to give you the opportunity to show off your awesome speech skills. Now, this is the beginning of the course, so what we do from here will build and build and build, or the skills that we use from here will build and build later on. But I do want to take some things into consideration. So, for example, this is a 2 to 4 minute speech, so you definitely want to stay within that window. And I want you to be mindful of body language. So when we're thinking about body language, especially in the video delivery context, there's some things that are similar and some things that are different than a face-to-face context. So for example, eye contact is very important, but of course, I'm looking at you through a lens. So making sure that you're looking at the lens, making sure that you are aware of your facial expressions while delivering the speech, and making sure that you're loud enough. So for example, I have my microphone here. Oftentimes with this particular software, I have the millennial pause because this software forces me to. So I'm trying to overcome the little muffled sound that comes in the beginning of the video. But I apologize if that happens this time. I'm still working on that. However, making sure you have headphones, whether it be earbuds or not headphones with the mic, I want to clarify. Or if you have a microphone that attaches to your computer, or if you have the earbuds that also act as a microphone, or just speaking loudly into your laptop microphone. But you have to be heard in order for me to grade you. Now, something that I sometimes struggle with is lighting. So I'm in my office at another campus. Excuse me. But as you see, the sun just went down. I do have a little light right here so I can try to keep my face well lit. You can also use a lamp. You can just make sure that your ceiling light is well lit, but you don't want to be in a dark room introducing yourself. Hello, my name is such and such. Lighting is also very important. Making sure that you're loud enough, that the room or the environment is lit enough. Sometimes you can't rely on the sun. The sun is setting right now, so it just set behind the mountain. It's really pretty, but I changed my lighting just suddenly. You also want to reduce the filler words. So what are filler words? These are vocalized pauses that we use in place of actual words like and stuff. So you want to make sure to keep those to a minimum. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the requirements for the speech. For more information about video presentation guides, you can also take a look right here. Okay. And of course, let me know if you have any questions about that. Now, it's a pretty simple outline format, although an outline is not required for submission. I do have an outline template just to help you out. So if you look down below, you're able to have your attention getter. All right, so let me go ahead and let's review the outline really quickly. So you have your attention getter. So for example, you can begin with a question, hypothetical question, or a question that helps lead into the speech. Fact, stat is the first thing that you say. So you want to be very intentional of what you say from the beginning of your speech to the very end. Then you have your central idea and thesis statements. You want to give a couple of main ideas of what your speech is going to be about. So, of course, the speech is about you. So, just maybe give a brief overview of what you will go over. One technique you can do, especially if that part seems a little bit daunting, is you can work on the body section first and then go back to summarize. Now, it's broken down into three body sections. So the first will be the beginning of your story. You're going to tell us a little bit about your biographical story. So, what are your previous experiences or accomplishments, family background, what shaped you to the person you are today. And because it's your story, you have ownership of your story. So, where were you born? What are your siblings? Yeah, do you have any siblings? Do you have any pets? What is something that you want to highlight as far as an accomplishment? You can talk about the beginning of the story and like shaped and what shapes who you are. And let's talk about who you are today. So we're going from the beginning of your story and who you are to what are you today? What are your personal goals, characteristics, attitudes, and values? And then finally, what is your future plans? What do you want to do? This is reminiscent of an assignment that I do for another class where I have my students do a poster, and one question in the poster is where do you see yourself in 5 years? So you can answer that question in that way if you like, or just think about what your intended career is, what are some of your goals for the future. So if you think about how this speech is structured, is okay, past, present, future. So hopefully that'll help you narrow some things down. This is about 2 to 4 minutes. So it's not a very long introductory speech about yourself. However, you can give us a slice into who you are and we get to know you a little bit better. But then, of course, you want to close. So just give a recap of your main ideas and a closing statement, similar to what you have done in the B section, central idea thesis statement. If you want to make this a little bit easier, you can begin with the body section first in regards to organizing your speech. I just want to clarify. You don't want to begin your speech before the attention getter in the body section. So I want to clarify that when I say, oh, you can begin with the body section, this means you can begin writing the body section and then write your speech from the inside out. So say for instance, you want to clarify the beginning of your story, who you are today, and goals and future plans. And then you be like, okay, now that you've written that body section out, you'll have an idea for intention getter, and then you're able to summarize. So that's what I mean. But you want to definitely start from the top down with the intention getter, thesis statement, central idea, which is pretty synonymous, the body section, so the main ideas that you want to convey, and that closing review and statement. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know. Let's scroll up here for a little bit. I just want to talk about the bullet points just to put the outline into context. And then, of course, I'll let you go for the evening. So you can first, for that first section, that was the beginning of your story section, you can talk about your accomplishments, family, culture, who shaped you today, and what makes you you. Just to give you a brief example, of course, I you might have read in my biographical page that I was born in Detroit, Michigan. That definitely shaped who I am. I come from a working class neighborhood industrial area, and then we suddenly moved to Orlando, Florida, which is more tourism based, and one of my first jobs is at Disney World. I moved here in 2005, a different area completely, although the weather is similar, a little bit more dry here, wet heat in Florida. There are some similarities, but definitely some cultural differences. And I went to college here, got a communication studies degree, and one of the things that I want to do now is to continue on as an instructor and to hone in on my teaching craft. So even in that brief example, I was able to give you little snippets of my life and just kind of put it all together. So when you think about how to tie in like the beginning of your story towards the present and towards the future. You can do like that seamless theme, such as that. So, for example, who are you today? What are your characteristics, attitudes, and values? And what do you plan to do in the future? But of course, I want this to be a fun activity, and then I want to be able to mm, hone in and have you hone in and demonstrate some of your existing public speaking talents and skills. Let's talk about submission before I let you go this evening. This is the speech rubric, so this is what I'll use to evaluate you in addition to adding comments. So look out for those. Let me put it on student view real quick. So the view is a little bit different. It changed. You went from instructor view to student view. So when you start the assignment, it's a video submission. So you can use, excuse me, Canvas Studio, or just upload the file. So for example, I'm using my webcam right now and I'm using a software called Screencast-O-Matic. So you don't have to go as far. I use Screencast-O-Matic so I can share the screen. But say if you film this on your phone or on your laptop, you can just go ahead and upload the file and it'll convert to a playable file. At least it's supposed to. If that doesn't happen, just let me know, or I'll let you know rather, and then we can work out how to submit the file. You can also use a webcam. We also have Canvas Studio, so that's when, let's go ahead. You can create and upload it to your library so it's integrated with Canvas so I can see your video. If you do have any questions about submission, please let me know. But for right now, I only want, excuse me, for right now, I only need the video. Although you do have an outline, you can use that to organize your speech. All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I look forward to hearing your introductory speeches. Please let me know if you have any questions so I can help you out. All right. Have a good day. Bye.